Uh,
What
let's
do you,
see.
let's see.
Guys, the Veep can make or break the ticket. Please talk about this.
Oh, this is what question. What is somebody like they're texting you this, or where are you getting this question?
This is on the YouTube video comments. Who do you
Oh,
see as her Veep? Um, wouldn't it make sense for Biden to step down and let Harris become president now? Does this help the path forward? Whoa.
it is.
Um,
It could.
that this one, this comment is 10 sentences. Somebody who's grown up in Minnesota and says that she's 82, while she'd love to see a woman as president in her lifetime, she does not think she doesn't think middle America is going to vote for a woman as president.
I know.
Um,
Look,
and the
man.
next comment is yes, she is coming in. That's the next comment.
Yeah, I like this. The things that you're reading the stuff on YouTube, the comments. We
Yes.
also get questions that come into the hello@commonpower.org email. We love this stuff. So we're like looking through this because we got an idea of where we want to take today's podcast, everybody. But we're starting by looking at these questions. Let me just
We
say
have an
that
idea. Do we have an
we
idea?
do we do
We have a
just yeah.
lot of ideas.
But let me just say that I have to calculate where I go at what time of day in public because the reality is that it's like you and I have this branding on our forehead, okay? That is like, and I got a big forehead. It's like it's a 5 head, it's a 6 head,
Stop,
okay?
stop. Okay.
That says like common power politics. Ask me about politics, okay?
Yeah.
Um, so the reality is these questions you're talking about are all really good questions. They are. And I think we got to let the process play out with the president over the next couple of days. Look, it is clearly coming to an end game here. Uh,
That's right. Yep.
like it either Biden is stepping out on his own graciously and Kamala Harris is stepping in and taking over or getting an endorsement graciously, or
Hmm.
there's a massive showdown coming as soon as Netanyahu leaves on Wednesday night next week. There's a massive showdown coming between on one side Pelosi and Schumer and probably Hakeem Jeffries, and on the others, and maybe Barack Obama too, and on the
Maybe
other
Barack. Yes, he's starting to weigh in. Yep.
and
Okay.
on the other side Joe Biden and his family.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's right. That's right. The fate of the country rests on Hunter Biden right now, which is it's a sad, it's a sad, it's a sad reality of where we find ourselves in politics today, David. But what you're saying is that you're saying you got nothing. Oh, I'm not even on camera. Hey, you're saying that we're this Friday evening, Seattle time, we're gonna we're gonna not weigh in heavily on this thing, right? We're gonna let it play out.
we're gonna, but 11 people 11 elected officials at the highest levels in the Congress came out today and told Joe Biden to drop out. 11. Okay.
Yep.
Two more U.S. senators, Martin Heinrich of New Mexico and Sherrod Brown of Ohio, both whose races are impacted by the top of the ticket.
After John Tester the day before,
Tester
right?
did it late last night. Yep.
Huge, huge. Yes, this is a big deal. These are those voters in the middle that matter so much to this election, right? Coming out of those states. These are guys that are barely Democratic senators in their states.
Barely. They have one in states um, that are red. Yes, they have, and they're great candidates. Tester and Brown are so excellent senators and so representative of their states. And they both have said, I don't think they're basically saying, I'm not going to win if we don't change the top of the ticket. All right.
Yeah.
So that's what they've said. And then there were 9 U.S. House members that came out today in opposing Biden, including the very first publicly articulated, first public declaration of opposition to Joe Biden from a member of the Congressional Black Caucus. Uh,
Who was
um,
that?
Mark Peasy, who's
Oh, yeah.
a
Okay.
Texas
Okay.
congressman.
Okay. And Texas is this another place where these people they've got to meet in the middle. Democrats in Texas have to meet in the middle to get anything done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, this middle. And then you got, interestingly, Adam Schiff, who was it 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Adam Schiff is another one who called for it. So yeah, it's more and more every day. Um, it feels like we're headed somewhere. I have spoken to somebody in the media locally, and they said the same thing. It's coming, and also we gotta wait. We gotta wait until it gets here. Not
Okay.
a ton of analysis on that. So,
Wait.
but because
Okay.
because
Okay.
oh, you want to talk about it? You
Well,
want to talk?
so okay, so the another dimension of this is that Joe Biden is famous slash infamous for not making decisions. Okay. Joe Biden has
What
a
does that mean? What does that
long
mean?
decades upon decades of being a terrible, like getting to a decision point. Like he just belabors the topics. He takes forever to get to things. He wants to wait till the last possible moment on
I didn't know
everything.
this. How
Yeah.
is he an elected official? Oh, wait, that's actually how elected officials work. Okay, fine. Especially the ones that have been in office for a very long time. This is exactly the way they operate. Goodness gracious.
So that's another reason why we just got that this is on a journey and it's coming to a head in the next 6 to 7 days. Like I literally think by next Friday we're going to be have this decided. So that brings up the issue of what is going to be the
Wait,
focus. Wait,
no. Wait. There's something in what you're saying, though. Okay. No, I guess we are going to analyze this a little bit. There's some faith. You actually have faith that you have some faith in Joe Biden that he's gonna bend to this pressure. He's gonna see the writing on the wall and he's gonna be like, I'm gonna do what's best for this country. You don't, because everyone else, a lot of other people are really worried about this. They're like, this guy keeps signaling he's staying in. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's going to take down John Tester. He doesn't care. He's going to take down Sherrod Brown. He doesn't care about these people. He's going to win now, and he doesn't care. And he's going to just ride this all the way, and he's going to sacrifice the House and sacrifice the Senate so that he could maybe be president. And you're saying you don't think that, David? Why don't you think that, man?
I didn't say that. Okay.
You're
So
saying it's going to come to a head. You're saying
oh, it's coming
that
to a
he's
head, but that's going to be a decision point. Either he's going to graciously step down or it's going to be brought to this massive conflict resolution where he's either going to step down or not, but there'll be massive damage, collateral
okay.
damage everywhere.
Okay. So you think he may blow this up still?
I do. I still think he might blow this up. But I will say that his history of not making decisions before like the last bell has been rung, okay, is perhaps a point of optimism in this space. That like the dude he's wringing his hands all the way, but he'll get to the right place. That's a potential place of optimism.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. All
I
right.
think so I do think that today's Friday, and this is when we said when we started these dailies, the Douglas Domke dailies, we said we're going to go from Sunday, the day after the shooting. Remember that shooting? The
That's
day
right.
after the
Yeah.
shooting.
Do I remember? Yeah. Yeah. And the one that happened last month? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
we were gonna go through Friday this week because it included the Republican convention and it included the aftermath of the assassination attempt, and it included whatever was going to happen with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris or
Yeah.
anybody at the top of the ticket.
The debate that happened last year. Yeah. Feels like, yeah, all this stuff feels like it happened forever ago. Okay. So we said we do it daily.
Right. So we're here. We're here now. And I don't think we could probably stop doing this at least until we get some resolution on the top of the ticket for the Democrats.
Okay. All right.
Could
So
be August
wait.
25th. I don't know.
Okay. So is this podcast episode you convincing me to keep going on these daily things, David?
I feel a sense of historical responsibility here. All right.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna hit me with the historical responsibility thing.
Right.
Okay, all
We have
right.
a contractor who works for Common Power, Ahmed Baba, who chronicled every day of Donald Trump's presidency. Right.
That's right, he did. Shout out to Ahmed, who appears on MSNBC on Stephanie Rule's show every once in a while. So if you watch that and you see a very good-looking young black man on there, that's our guy. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, and Ahmed teaches in our Action Academy program. He's been a
Yep.
mentor there. He's been a team lead for us in New York. You and him are creating some high top secret project.
No, okay, no. Can't, top secret to be released soon, later,
Exactly.
soon.
So Ahmed, he lived 4 years of every day with Donald Trump, and like that's, I'm not sure if that's like yeoman work and should be Purple Heart for that or what exactly. But the reality is like it's a decision. So for us, it seems like we should carry this through to we get a resolution on the top of the ticket for the Democrats. So I'm hoping I think within a week. All right. So maybe
Okay.
so we can keep going. CP3D, Douglas Domke Daily,
Or,
or
or,
or we don't. Douglas
oh
Domke
wait, no,
don't.
what? I thought you said there's this middle ground. There's a middle ground where it's Douglas Domke depending.
Douglas Domke depending. Right. What is it? What's the depending? Just like depending on something interesting.
So it's depending upon one of the like a catastrophic day in politics or some amazing day in politics or something really cool that's happening with CP and we
Yeah.
just kind of pop on in a moment's notice and we record something in the middle of it while it's happening because
How,
that's the usefulness of this is that we don't wait until we produce something until we've got this solid presentation of something you're really in the flow of us working through things at Common Power, which if I'll note is the original idea behind this podcast. It was with
oh,
CP. It was you're
oh,
coming along with us as we journey through the creation of CP at
right.
the time. So yeah, we're back
So
to our roots.
yeah, now let's talk about this. So I recall sitting in our office at the WeWork building on like Fourth and Union, right? And this is early in our marriage, and
Yep.
you're like pitching me on the podcast, like this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the thing, and I'm like, okay, all right, I think I'm kind of down for it, but I don't know. And so we did. We ran a podcast, a earlier version of this for like what 6 months or something in 2019.
Yeah, we did. We did. Yeah, and on that day, I remember I was dressed up and I was going to get a sandwich downstairs. And I was walking and I was recording with you, and you were somewhere else because you were still like a non-office kind of guy. And I walked up. I walked with you up the elevator down the hallway, and I remember us talking about we got to end it with something snappy. We got to, every single episode we got to end it, and that was the genesis of Let's Go. Okay, that was the
Oh,
genesis of Let's Go. That was the beginning of Let's Go, and Let's Go was actually that was actually it came after Let's Roll, which was the final thing that they said when the passengers fought the terrorists on the plane that didn't make it to the Pentagon. Okay, that was the famous line that the guy said, "Let's roll." And so "Let's roll" has this connotation of like, hey, we're gonna fight back against this thing, and we went with "Let's Go," which was the genesis of that. I think I said it first, even though you say it all the
I'm
time
pretty
now
sure it's
when you
mine,
start
but
off something.
okay, all right.
Yeah, I think you kind of you kind of took it, which that's fine. What's mine is yours, man. But anyways, we've been doing this
Well,
for a long
actually,
time.
since we're talking about taglines, folks, like so, a mentor of yours who's a donor of ours, uh, we'll just first name it Lucy. Okay, signed an email to me. She was a mentor of you at Starbucks for some time. Signed an email to me not too long ago that said, "Your tagline, keep on." All right, and I
She
was
did?
yes, and I thought that's
That
where
was
Charles got it from. All right.
no. No, no,
Oh
no,
yeah, sure, sure, sure.
no. She got it from me. You know where I got keep on from? I got it from and then and people who because I signed keep on and then it's ellipses is the three dots because the rest of the phrase is what, David?
Keep on, keep on.
Keep keep on keeping on.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Mike.
Keep
Yeah,
on keeping on. Okay. So keep on doing what you do. Keep on pushing hard. Keep on fighting. Keep on moving. Keep on in the struggle because that's what it is. It's this ongoing thing. It's an ongoing, and that's what we're in right now. We're in this thing that has no end to it, and it actually has no beginning because it is the birthright of all of those who pledge to push for more than just ourselves, to take on the fight for equality, freedom, rights, representation, life, love, liberty, all that stuff from the people who did it before, and to continue it. And we're not gonna reach some end today. We're going to just do our part to push it forward. And so we're going to keep on, and the people who come after us are going to keep on keeping on after that. So it's that's why I say it, and I will tell you that as somebody who loves hip hop, there's a hip hop song that has that in the very beginning of it by a rapper named Common.
get out.
Rapper named Common, and it just one day I'll play it, but he just goes keep on, uh, keep on, keep on, and it's a thing in Black culture of saying keep on.
Yeah.
So no, Lucy didn't create it. Neither did I. Neither did I. But
I think we've arrived at where our focus of this podcast is, though, this episode.
we've arrived. Where are we at? We're at 15 minutes in. We've arrived.
We
Okay,
have,
great.
because this issue of keeping on, keeping on, and our version somewhat of let's go, all right,
Mhm.
is is the ethos at its core of what Common Power is about. It's about keeping on, election
Yes.
after election, event
Yep.
after event, next generation to next generation.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's what we have built a system that keeps on. That's what we do. And this moment that we're in, the reason why we're doing these podcasts is is to kind of keep the community glued together amidst uncertainty, and it's to let you all understand how we make it through these moments and also give you a glimpse into some of the stuff that we're talking about and we're thinking about. So let's do this. Let's do this. What we're going to do for the next 5 minutes here is we're going to give you, because since now um, David has compelled me to continue doing these, even though I'm pretty sure I've got to fly to Arizona for their primary. I got to go to Wisconsin at some point soon. Um,
I gotta go to
Probably have to go
sleep,
back.
man. Yeah.
You got to go to. The country really cries for you that you're missing your bedtime right now. But we're gonna spend the next 5 minutes just giving people previews of stuff that we're gonna talk about soon.
Okay.
Let's do that. That's what we're gonna do. Since we're already 15 minutes into this, and this has become a throwback episode somehow. Let's tell them what we're gonna talk about. Let's. I want to preview a bunch of threads for things that David and I have talked about doing in these episodes. We've kind of shelved for later. Okay.
Okay.
So let me go. Let's go. I'll say one and then you say one.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So one thing that we are going to talk about uh, in another one of these episodes is our news about our partnership with a um, national voting, civic engagement, political brand that wants to. I saw. I was doing a dance there. That wants us to be their go-to for out-of-state volunteers. We just talked to them yesterday, and solidified us as the go-to for their thousands of volunteers. They're going to send them to Common Power because they think that we are the best resource for out-of-state volunteers. So that's coming. We're going to go deep on that later. Go ahead, David. What do you got?
Okay, I got one, but I'm going to make a deal with you. After we go through a couple of these, I want us to close with talking about why we do these podcasts personally, each of us. You've already gotten at it, like to hold the community together. But there's like, and I'll open that when we get to that
Okay,
moment. Okay.
let's
Okay.
do it.
We're
Okay.
we're also gonna talk and as a preview, we're gonna talk about the voters who are gonna decide this election. We're gonna talk about that in a couple ways. One, we're gonna talk about it in terms of the states where we focus, and we're gonna talk it secondly in terms of specific slices of the electorate that are particularly essential for us to reach in this election. So we're going to slice the country by states and by kind of characteristics of the electorate. We're going to talk about that probably next week.
Okay, that's really good. So let me go off of that and say that what we're also going to do when Kamala Harris is named as the new top of ticket.
Yes, all right.
is that we're also going to go through states. We're going to go through the states and we're going to talk about where we think she's stronger and how we think that impacts our work. The races, the US House seats, the US Senate seats, those are already there. What we're going to talk about is how her being at the top of ticket impacts some of those states. One of those being, as a preview, Pennsylvania, apparently, Harris is polling really, really well in Pennsylvania, maybe better than Joe Biden. So we're going to go through those and look at the entire map and analyze that based on whoever's newly at the top of the ticket.
Right. So when Harris becomes the top of the ticket, or somehow Joe Biden convinces us all that he should be that person, we are going to do something that I just want to give everybody full transparency and heads up about. We're going to ask you to make a special donation to support our work at Common Power. All right. Everybody needs to step up. All of us. It's going to take all of us in terms of this election, and our time and our treasure are how we do it at Common Power. So everybody's already so generous. And also the reality is that we're all going to be stretched and need to leave it all on the playing field. So when we talk about the states and the way that our new nominee, Kamala Harris, or if Joe Biden convinces the party, we're also going to say, hey, come on, one more time, join us on this with some treasure.
Okay, so connected to that, another thing we've talked about is that we're also going to tell you where we think your money should go to in some of these races. So we want to get pretty specific about who exactly we're backing, and it'd be really awesome if Common Power community dollars followed us. Now, the interesting thing about this is that there's a cap on how much you can give to a candidate. So it's $5,000 if they're federal candidates. So this is not like a for some folks this is more than you give to us, and maybe it's way less than you give to us. But either way, it's good for you to know I'm going to either start to support this candidate in different ways, or I'm gonna give some dollars. And people ask us for this every year, every cycle, every major cycle at least. And this year, what we're gonna do in a future episode is also tell you where to direct your dollars, which candidates specifically to support in some of these states.
Okay, this is the last one for me. In the future, within the next week of the CP3D, we're going to talk about a partnership that we're taking a first step towards with a major national sports organization that is not the Seahawks. That one with our Seahawks is continuing. That is phenomenal. But we got a second one that we're going to share with everybody that we're very excited about.
Okay. And I think that's really good. I think overall, the thing that I'll say is that it is clear to me, and I know, David, you think about this too sometimes, but it's clear to me that we are two dudes on this podcast, and we are going to bring Ben. Ben's going to come back into this with David and also some of the other great women that we have employed and as staff at CP and maybe even in the community. But we're gonna diversify some of the folks that we talk to. The only person we've ever had, well, ever, this is our seventh episode of the CP3D. We've only had Puya on, and that's another dude. And we just, as we fight for women's rights, reproductive rights, as we celebrate what could be the first woman president, woman candidate for president on the Dem side.
No, it should be the
Definitely.
second. She'd be the second.
Okay. Um,
First female
eh,
president, though, when we get her there.
right. Definitely. And the first VP, we've gotta have some women tell us what they think here too. And also tell us if we're full of crap. So there you go, which, when you get too many dudes saying stuff in one space, the like bullshit level kind of rises. So we gotta check that here. I'm just keeping it real. All right.
That's going to be the end of this podcast, man. That's going to be the end.
No, or maybe the beginning the way it was supposed to be. All right. Okay. Let's end with what you were saying, huh?
So we started doing this podcast daily after Donald Trump was shot on Saturday, and we wanted to send out a message, and we did on email that Saturday evening about how that kind of violence is the antithesis of democracy. It's everything that we're fighting against. But we decided that also we wanted to talk, to have you all know that the community is very important to us. All right. That Common Power is an organization with employees and staff. And it is also a body of people that is much larger than that. And so for us, Charles and I, to do these pieces, these daily pieces, means that we are trying to figure out what it is that is of interest to everybody for us to talk about. And we are listening all the time. We started this podcast with like feedback and questions that are coming to us, that are coming through. I get various emails. Charles gets various emails that ask us certain things. When I go to Safeway, people, they ask like, what's going on? And so this is a chance for us to share with you kind of some of our thoughts, but not in a way like we're on top of a mountain and we're the experts, but a way in which we're in community together here. All right. And we're just going to share this journey. That's why we can just joke and go on a little bit of a ride each particular episode. I don't think that I could do these every single day for forever, but I do think that there are moments when we and this organization have a chance to walk together, to go further together through challenging moments. And these podcasts these daily things are opportunities to do that. We appreciate that you all have signed up and are joining us on these on a daily basis. And we're gonna keep going for a bit. I see it as like a privilege to get on here and think that like someone's gonna listen to this. I don't know. Okay. So this is my way of being connected to all of you, even if I'm not seeing you each day.
Okay. I think I think that one of the things I've thought about in this moment was for sure my responsibility as a leader. And this being a stabilizing force, and I said this earlier, amidst a lot of uncertainty. What it's become though is this touchstone for all of us. I think what's true about CP is that there are, we talk about education to action. And what you all should know behind the scenes is that there there's an education piece and there's an action piece. And David will never describe it like this, but the education piece is drawn from where he began with this, with these online lectures and these tours to the South. And Dr. Terry Ann Scott has completely revolutionized the whole thing. And David will say she runs it better than he ever did. But the education side is David's side. The action side is my side. That's the part that I drive the most. And while there is a handoff from you all you flow from education to action and back to education. David, I don't get a lot of time to spend together talking through this stuff. When we have phone calls and stuff, we talk about like letters from the IRS, and we talk about personnel issues, and we talk about rent. We talk
Yeah.
about how many trips we're taking this state, and what the bottom line looks like, and all these other things. And we don't get a chance to do this as often as people may imagine. And so this has been a real opportunity to really have the education and action arms of the organization kind of come together and meet each other in this moment, at a time when we really have got to do that. So that's good at a big macro CP community scale. It's also good for you and I, man. It's good for Charles and David, because this whole thing happened because you and I connected and said, let's build this thing together.
Yep.
And that's why, for better or worse, I don't know if you'd rather hear somebody else, but David and I started this damn thing. And so, we've watched it grow, and I think we understand it better than everybody else. And so it's been really good to be here with you on these, man. It's been good to be with you, and to spend a little bit more time than we normally spend, and to think about the fate of the country and our democracy together, because I think our perspective matters. I understand that you said we're not at the top of this mountain, but we see a lot more than other people do. We see more, and we touch more things, and regardless of how we want to be seen, we are in a space with common power, connected to areas around the country that we've never been, and nobody else is. And so we owe it to our community to talk to each other and to share that with them as often as possible. Daily, gonna be tough, but we're gonna do it as often as we can. We're gonna do it as often as we can.
Yeah. And so totally, we're going to spend the last 2 months of this election in an RV, folks. Charles and I are going to be.
No. We did that in 2020, man. We don't want to do the same thing. No.
Yeah, no, we did that then. Now we're got to get places quicker, right? We got to get places quicker. We got more work to do. I appreciate those words, man. I appreciate those words. So what I always say is just keep on keeping on. Okay.
That's great. That's great, because I always tell people, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You're David. You're like a mustacheless Hulk Hogan. Okay, that's what you're like. You're like our Hulk Hogan, man. Okay,
Wow.
go ahead, do the thing. Do the thing.
What does Hulk Hogan do, man?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought you'd know.
I don't
He
know.
screams out, "Let's go!" He screams out, "Let's go!"
I don't know. Hulk Hogan introduced Donald Trump last night at the Republican National Convention. So I don't know, but I appreciate,
Don't.
like, in the most positive sensibility, that I'm a world-class celebrity, okay, or something like that. I
Oh
don't know.
no.
I
We're not
don't
gonna
know.
start that.
I don't. I mean, I
But
don't know what makes Hulk Hogan important. I don't know.
that's okay. He doesn't have as good of a sign off as you. You want to sign us off?
Oh, right, right. I got you. I got you. So let's see. CP3D out.
Classic. That's gonna be classic. I love it, man. I love it. All right. Have a good night.
All right, we'll see you in like 10, 20 hours. All right.
All right. Thanks,
See ya.
everybody.
Bye.